All right. So thank you very much, Girish, for the wonderful introduction. I'm sure I would not never have got that applause if I was standing in a pediatric surgery conference and giving a talk. So, so very much excited. And yes, I'll be talking about a very special topic today. And just to introduce myself, I'm a consultant pediatric surgeon practicing here in Pune. And since last almost 8 to 9 years, I'm also working as a health and wellness coach, thanks to this community. And with the help of this community, I have personally lost around 15 to 17 kgs way back in 2015. And I've never regained it back. All right. And in fact, my health condition, I feel on a daily basis, it's improving. And I feel younger and younger as days are passing by. And I hope, I'll inspire you today with my talk and help you to come to a decision. Okay. Because our life is ruled by decisions. We take a decision, and that's the reason that we took admission in college. We took a decision, and that's the reason we got married, we have kids and all that. So, if I can inspire you to take a decision, then, it's a good talk then. All right. So my talk is about beliefs, and let me just share my screen. All right. So let me talk about these beliefs. All right. And the reason I'm talking about these beliefs as false beliefs, because these beliefs we have acquired it along the way. जब हम पैदा हुए थे उस टाइम पे ये beliefs नहीं थे. Along the way हमने ये catch up कर लिया है. Okay, I'll give you some examples. All right. For example, मैं बहुत shy हूँ. So probably बचपन में कुछ ऐसा हुआ था कि you are not speaking to friends which are coming at your home, and then your parents told नहीं नहीं ये तो shy है, ठीक है, and you heard that, and then you started believing it that it is shy. Okay, I'll tell you other ways in which we develop beliefs. Okay, so कोई ये है बिल्ली है, वो अगर हमको काट के जाती है तो हम लोग सोचते हैं कि अभी कुछ तो बुरा होगा, और अगर कुछ बुरा हुआ ही तो देन इट गेट्स रीइंफोर्स्ड, एंड एवरी टाइम देन कोई बिल्ली क्रॉस करती है तो बुरा होता ही है. Okay, so this is what happens in a lot of times, and this happens a lot in a weight loss journey. Okay, so let's talk about it. And I want this session to be interactive. Okay, I would appreciate if you can participate, because I'll be asking you a lot of questions. Okay, and you can type in the chat box, okay, about the answers of these questions. Okay, so the first question which you can write down, you can put in the chat box is, have you, how many years are you suffering from this overweight problem or lifestyle issue? Okay, this is the first question. You can type in the chat box. And how many of you have tried losing weight earlier? Okay, so I'll just wait for a second and I'll just check, the answers. Okay, all right, almost 8 years. Okay, 3 years, 10 years. Good, 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 good. 20 years. All right, 10 years. Okay, after lockdown, great. I tried. Okay, कुछ ट्राई किया है उसके बारे में बताना. ठीक है, हाँ मैंने कितना साल ट्राई किया या फिर कब से ट्राई कर रहे हैं, ठीक है, वो भी बताना. ओके, बिकॉज देन I'll be able to throw some light. Good, always trying. Good. Okay, so good. That's great. All right. So what happens during this time is that you have this problem since 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. Okay. And you have been trying also for maybe 1 year, 2 year, 5 years, 10 years also. And what happens is that you develop these beliefs along the way. What are these beliefs? Oh, it is very difficult to lose weight. कितने सारे लोग बोलते हैं, ठीक है, कि it is very difficult to lose weight. Oh, I always get headaches. Okay, some of my clients, they were so much after me. मेरा headache तो नहीं होगा ना, मेरा headache aggravate तो नहीं होगा ना, migraine headache, aggravate. I have migraine, I do not want that migraine to get aggravated. मुझे तो हमेशा cravings होते ही है. Okay, the moment I start my weight loss journey, I start getting cravings. I lose weight, but I gain it back again. मैं बहुत बार किया हुआ है. वो बोलते हैं ना, इट्स वेरी इजी टू लीव अल्कोहल. आई हैव डन दैट 50 टाइम्स. सो वेट लॉस का भी वैसा ही है. ओके, इट इज वेरी इजी टू लूज वेट. आई लूज 8 9 kgs, बट आई गेन इट बैक अगेन. आई हैव डन दैट मल्टीपल टाइम्स. ओके, I cannot sustain diet. Okay, by the way, diet has become synonymous with almost like starvation. Okay, and that is what people say. किसी ने weight loss किया, dieting पे है क्या? डाइटिंग के है पे मतलब दे आर आस्किंग स्टारवेशन कर रहे हो क्या? ऑल राइट, खाना पीना बंद कर दिया है क्या? दैट इज व्हाट दे आर आस्किंग. ओके, माय हेयर फॉल इंक्रीजेस, माय एनर्जी लेवल्स ड्रॉप डाउन, oh I don't have any time, I don't have any motivation, I'm not consistent, and blah blah blah. Okay, so the list goes on. Okay. And I'm sure a lot of you will relate to these beliefs. And sometimes they're extremely strong, and it can get to a point wherein it is very difficult to break. Okay. Because your subconscious mind has been programmed. Okay. And once your subconscious mind is programmed, it will prove it. Okay. If the belief is so strong that it is difficult to lose weight, it will prove it always. Okay, because you are thinking it all the time. It is the dominant thought process. Okay, and subconscious mind will always prove it. Okay, so let's talk about it. First thing is, it's very difficult to lose weight, and even if I lose it, I gain it back. Okay, so let's talk about what are the causes, why this happens, and how we can actually tackle it. Okay, so these are the causes. We go for quick fixes. Okay, typically crash diets. I used to go to gym way back in 2017, 2016. I actually first joined gym in my life at the age of 36. And वहां पे एक बंदा आता था, and he was a chartered accountant. And I was having a word with him, and he told me, मेरे साथ तो एक ही काम करता है, मैं कीटो पे जाता हूँ, ठीक है, मैं 15-20 किलो वजन कम कर लेता हूँ एक महीने में, और फिर वो 3-4 महीने के लिए मैं थोड़ा सा मेंटेन करता हूँ, फिर उसके बाद में मैं मेरे डाइट पे आ जाता हूँ, और फिर से मेरा 15-20 किलो वजन बढ़ जाता है. ओके, सो दिस इज व्हाट हैपेंस टिपिकली विद दिस क्रैश डाइट्स. ओके, or slimming centers, and there are so many other things which are there in the market. You're working on a calorie deficit. It is called as eat less and move more. Okay, and typically हमारे घर वाले भी बोलेंगे, यार ये मोटा हो गया है, थोड़ा सा कम खा और थोड़ा सा हिल ज्यादा. ओके, थोड़ा सा एक्सरसाइज कर ले. And if you're following this formula, then yes, you will lose weight, but you will get stagnant, you will get stuck, and there will be a lot of other problems. Okay, a lot of other beliefs, जैसे cravings increase हो गए and all that. This will start happening if you're working on this calorie deficit formula. Okay, so eat less, move more formula is one of the causes. Okay, for this. Okay, you will lose weight and you will gain it back again. Understood? Typically, if you're taking some shakes, okay, replacing meals and all that, then this is going to happen. आर्टिफिशियल मेथड्स. आर्टिफिशियल मेथड्स के बारे में ये है कि जो कर रहा है उसको मालूम है ये टेम्पररी है, तो फिर से इंक्रीज तो होने ही वाला है. ठीक है, सो लाइपोसक्शन कर लिया, वाइब्रेशंस कर लिया, पिल्स ले लिया. ओके, आई आई एक्चुअली मेट अ डॉक्टर. ओके, एंड ही इज अ ओबेसिटी कंसल्टेंट, and he had done fellowship in obesity, and I had a word with him. Okay, you know what he said? मेरे सारे जो क्लाइंट्स हैं ना, उनको मैं सेमाग्लूटाइड देता हूँ. All right, semaglutide. Semaglutide is a basically a medical. It's a pharmaceutical drug which is used in weight loss. All right, and उसके पास जो भी आता है उसको semaglutide पे डाल देता है, and then they start getting weight loss. All right, these are temporary methods. All right, it's not going to work in the long run. Unhealthy environment. You want to lose weight, लेकिन घर पे खारी टोस्ट बिस्किट केक चॉकलेट्स कुरकुरे पुरकुरे मैगी नूडल्स ये सब पड़ा हुआ रहेगा, then it is going to be difficult to lose weight. All right, इग्नोरिंग अदर पिलर्स ऑफ हेल्थ. ओके, मैं जिम ज्वाइन किया और मैंने 2 घंटा वर्कआउट किया. ठीक है, डेली पिछले 2 महीने से मैंने किया. ठीक है, और फिर मेरा 7 किलो वजन कम हो गया. जैसे मैंने वर्कआउट बंद कर दिया, I started gaining back again. Okay. This is what happens if you are not working on other pillars of health. Okay. And we'll talk about all the pillars of health also. Okay. So what is the solution? Do not fall prey. Okay. Do not fall prey to the non-sustainable regimes. Okay. You work on calorie restriction instead of calorie deficit. So what is the difference between calorie deficit and calorie restriction? Okay. In calorie deficit, you are just focusing on calories. Okay. And you are trying to eat less. Even if you're hungry, you are not eating. Okay. And just imagine how long you are going to sustain this. You're not going to sustain it for long. On the other side, calorie restriction means you're actually having a more balanced nutritional meal with more of proteins, fats, and fiber and less of carbs, which is going to give you fullness for a longer period of time. And that is how your calorie intake is actually going to get restricted automatically. You're not forcibly doing it. It is happening automatically. Okay. So इसमें भी calorie intake कम ही हो जाएगा आपका. ठीक है, एंड यू आर हैविंग हेल्दी फूड्स का कैलोरीज वैसे भी कम ही रहता है. ठीक है, सो कैलोरी रिस्ट्रिक्शन ऑटोमेटिकली हो जाता है, एंड यू आर नॉट ईटिंग बिकॉज यू आर नॉट हंग्री. इन कैलोरी डेफिसिट, ओके, यू माइट बी hungry and you are trying to curb your hunger. That is not going to work in long run. Okay, so work on calorie restriction rather than calorie deficit, and always ask this question: जो भी मैं कर रहा हूँ, जो भी प्रोग्राम कर रहा हूँ या कर रही हूँ, कैन आई डू दिस लाइफ लॉन्ग? दिस इज द ओनली क्वेश्चन दैट यू हैव टू आस्क, एंड इफ द आंसर इज एन एम्फैटिक यस, गो अहेड एंड डू इट. ऑलराइट, एंड ऑफ कोर्स यू शुड गेट रिजल्ट्स आल्सो विद दैट. ओके, रिजल्ट ही नहीं मिल रहा है तो करके कुछ फायदा नहीं है. बट यस, इफ यू आर गोइंग टू गेट रिजल्ट्स एंड इट इज लॉन्ग टर्म एंड सस्टेनेबल, गो अहेड एंड डू इट. ओके, करेक्ट एनवायरमेंट. ठीक है. सो यू रिप्लेस अनहेल्दी आइटम्स विथ हेल्दी आइटम्स एंड एनवायरमेंट इज अ टोटली डिफरेंट टॉपिक ऑफ डिस्कशन. ओके. एनवायरमेंट में काफी सारे फैक्टर्स आते हैं. योर कुकवेयर विच यू आर यूजिंग, व्हाट आर योर कुकिंग प्रैक्टिसेस, तेल कौन सा यूज कर रहे हो, ठीक है, कितना तेल यूज कर रहे हो, किचन में कुछ कचरा पड़ा हुआ है क्या, बेडरूम में टीवी है क्या जो रात रात को चलता है, रात रात को रील्स देख रहे हो क्या. ऑल दीज आर एनवायरमेंटल फैक्टर्स. ओके. एंड वी नीड टू वर्क ऑन ऑल दिस environmental factors because these are subtle things but they have a very huge influence. All right. So work on all pillars of health. और ये सारे pillars के बारे में हम लोग end को बात करेंगे. And pills can never be a long-term solution for a lifestyle problem. Okay. See, your problem is a lifestyle issue. And lifestyle is multifactorial. Okay. उसमें diet आ गया, exercise आ गया, stress हो गया, sleep हो गया, कितने सारे चीजें हो गई. अभी उसका जवाब एक पिल कैसे दे सकती है. ओके. एक गोली कैसे जवाब हो सकती है कि ब्लड प्रेशर हो गया और आपने एंटी हाइपरटेंसिव ले लिया, तो एक्यूट कंट्रोल के लिए ठीक है बट लॉन्ग टर्म के लिए हाउ इट इज गोइंग टू चेंज द थिंग. सो बेसिकली बिल्डिंग में आग लगी हुई है और अलार्म्स बज गए एंड यू आर ट्राइंग टू स्विच ऑफ द अलार्म्स. अंडरस्टूड. आग को तो कुछ किया ही नहीं, आग तो जली जा रही. Okay. So we have to address the root cause. All right. So these are real life examples. Okay. These two guys, they had been trying for doing weight loss for a long time. This is Dr. Hitesh tried for 5 years, 5 साल. Okay. बहुत अलग अलग तकनीकें उसने ट्राई की. Finally got frustrated. ठीक है. And then he approached me. This is Dr. Avinash. Okay, he came to me and he told me, sir, मेरा 85 के नीचे हो गया ना weight, I'll be very very happy. Okay, and he also tried a lot of different methods. Okay, and इन लोग में भी beliefs था, जैसे कि फियर के साथ ही प्रोग्राम चालू किया. ओके. कि सच में इसका भी रिजल्ट कुछ आएगा कि नहीं आएगा. ठीक है. दे हैड अ लॉट ऑफ फियर इन देयर माइंड कि सच में प्रोग्राम काम करेगा कि नहीं, मेरा तो वेट लॉस होता ही नहीं है, अगर हुआ भी तो फिर से वेट रीगेन होता है. They both had gone through this, but you can see the results. This is a testimony almost 2.5 years back, and this is almost a year back. They are still maintaining. Understood? Okay. So this is what you have to do. Then I get headaches. Okay. I get migraines, and my energy levels drop down. Okay. Probably you also get hair fall, and your energy levels are low. You don't feel like doing anything. मैं तो सोफे पे ही बैठा रहता हूँ, मुझे तो लगता ही नहीं कि मैं उठ जाऊँ और कुछ काम करूँ. ठीक है. And I want to play with my kids, but I'm not able to play, and blah blah blah. Okay. So all this come in the same category. Okay. And cause of headaches. Okay. You should understand there are few causes of headaches. जो भी हमने बात की पहले भी, ठीक है, यहाँ पे भी applicable होती है. Hypoglycemia is one of the cause for headache. Okay. And this typically happens if you're skipping meals. भूख लगी है लेकिन मुझे weight loss करना है, so I will avoid eating. And then you're skipping meals. You're eating less. Again, the eat less, move more formula. You actually go into hypoglycemia. Then it is going to give you headaches. All right. Long hours of fasting. आपने अभी अभी weight loss program चालू है ना. Fasting is good. Okay, it is there in our in almost all the religions. Okay, it has fasting, and fasting has tremendous amount of benefits. Okay, but if you're not trained in fasting and if you जंप करते ही, ठीक है, आप डायरेक्टली स्विमिंग पूल में, अभी मैं डायरेक्टली ओलंपिक्स में ही जंप मारूंगा और कंप्लीट स्विमिंग जो है फटाफट में सीख लूंगा और फटाफट करने की कोशिश करूंगा. इट डजंट हैपन लाइक दैट. यू हैव टू बी स्लो एंड स्टडी. ओके. सो इफ यू आर नॉट यूज्ड टू फास्टिंग एंड इफ यू डू अ लॉन्ग आवर फास्टिंग, then you are going to get headaches or probably migraines also. Okay. Dehydration is another thing. Okay. If you are not having good intake of water, then that can lead to headaches. Typically, if you're doing vigorous workouts and not hydrating yourself, that can give you headaches post workout also. And if you are having blood pressure problem and you are taking diuretics, okay, there are these medications which increase the urine outflow, then and you are not hydrating yourself, then it can lead to headaches. Okay. And yes, there are some nutrient deficiencies also which can lead to headaches. All right. And that is iron and magnesium. I won't talk about proteins ka itna nahi, but yes, iron and magnesium. So iron jo hai, it is associated, it is there in hemoglobin. Okay. And this is basically required for carrying oxygen to different tissues of our body. So if the iron is going to be low, then the oxygen carrying capacity also is going to be low, and the tissues are going to get less oxygen. Okay. And that can lead to headaches. Other is magnesium. The magnesium is a very crucial, mineral which is there required for electrolyte balance. सोडियम और पोटेशियम का बैलेंस के लिए मैग्नीशियम इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. और सोडियम और पोटेशियम का बैलेंस डिस्टर्ब हो गया, ओके, देन इट कैन गिव राइज टू हेडेक्स. एंड दिस कैन हैपन विद मैग्नीशियम डेफिशिएंसी. सो मैग्नीशियम डेफिशिएंसी रहेगा, ठीक है, देन इट कैन गिव टू हेडेक्स. एंड यस, देयर आर सम सर्टेन ट्रिगर्स. हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू हैव गॉट हैंगओवर. All right. So alcohol से होता है hangover. Even caffeine can give rise to cheese. Okay, you're not tolerant to it, and that can give rise to headaches. Some chocolates, some meat, and there are some other kind of food also. Okay, even beans, chickpeas, and all that, they can also give rise to headaches. So if you have this food problem, some food allergies, or you're reacting to the food in the form of headaches, then it is better to avoid these foods. Okay, so let's talk about what are the cause of cravings, and this is very very important, and we just heard from Ramya also, and she also had these cravings. Okay, and let's see why these cravings happen. Okay, so first is you are on a high carbohydrate diet. Okay, and typically you're having more of simple carbohydrates like vada pav, samosa, or ice creams, या फिर donuts, या फिर breads, biscuits, and all that. So these are all simple carbs which you're having. The problem with simple carbs is this, that they get absorbed immediately from your intestines, and then your intestine is empty, and immediately you get hungry again, and you typically start craving those kind of foods only because those foods, those simple carbs, they trigger dopamine. Okay, and dopamine is like you want it again, you want it again. The reason that you want to see the mobile again and again, again and again, that is because of the dopamine kick. All right, and you want that dopamine kick again, and these simple carbs actually give you that kick. Okay, एनवायरनमेंट ओके कैन गिव राइज टू क्रेविंग्स. हम मूवीज देखने के लिए बैठे हैं तो हमको तो पॉपकॉर्न चाहिए. हमको तो और क्या क्या वो रहता है, ट्रायंगुलर, आई डोंट नो व्हाट इज द नेम ऑफ दैट, तो ट्रायंगुलर जो चिप्स जैसा रहता है, ठीक है, वो भी चाहिए हमको. सो टैकोस, प्रोबेबली टैकोस, या आई डोंट नो, बट मूवीज के टाइम पे हमको पॉपकॉर्न चाहिए. ओके, या फिर प्रोबेबली देयर आर सर्टन प्लेसेस, मैं उधर गया तो वहां पे खाओ गली है, और वहां पे अभी खाओ गली है तो मुझे वहां पे जाना ही है, और वहां पे मेरे को जाके खाना ही है. वो जो प्लेट है ना, वो मुझे बहुत पसंद है. ठीक है. So this environment, all right. Then high emotions. मेरा बॉयफ्रेंड के साथ ब्रेकअप हो गया. आई एम वेरी मच स्ट्रेस्ड आउट, एंड नाउ आई वांट टू eat an ice cream. So these ice creams, typically ice creams, या फिर कुछ other foods, they will give you comfort. All right. And this is another dopamine kick that you are getting. Okay. Lack of sleep. You're sleeping less, you want to be active, body requires more energy during that time. And if it requires more energy, आप रात को जागे हुए हो तो आपको भूख लगेगी. Hormones will get secreted. Typically, ghrelin will get secreted, and it will ask for more food at that time. The problem with night time is this, that your emotions are not in your control. जिसको कॉम्पोस्ट मेंटिस कहते हैं, इट इज नॉट देयर. ऑलराइट, यू आर इन कंट्रोल ऑफ योर सेल्फ, इमोशंस आर नॉट इन योर कंट्रोल. सो टिपिकली अगर खाना भी रहेगा ना, तो क्या सर्च करोगे आप? फ्रिज खोलोगे, देखोगे वहां पे कहीं पे केक पड़ा हुआ है क्या, कहीं पे कहीं बिस्किट पड़ा हुआ है क्या, कहीं पे कुछ चॉकलेट पड़ा हुआ है क्या, वो चीज उठा के आप खा लो. ठीक है. क्यों? क्योंकि दिमाग ठीक से काम नहीं कर रहा है उस टाइम पे. ओके, सो लैक ऑफ स्लीप कैन गिव राइज टू क्रेविंग्स. हार्मोनल शिफ्ट्स, टिपिकली इफ फीमेल्स आर इन द लूटियल फेज, okay, then at that time the progesterone goes on a higher side and estrogen is on a lower side. That leads to insulin resistance, and they can have more cravings during the hormonal imbalances. Then gut bacteria. If you're on a high carbohydrate diet, typically simple carbs, then आपके जो बैड बैक्टीरिया है उसको आपने ग्रो किया हुआ है ज्यादा, एंड दे आर एक्चुअली thriving on this sugar. And once that is over, they will ask for it. Okay, they will ask for it. And typically there is a gut brain axis. Okay, there is a gut brain neurological axis. And then through this gut brain neurological axis, it will want the dopamine and serotonin stimulation. Okay, it has a morphine like effect also. तो जब आप खाते हो तो गट बैक्टीरिया सेटिस्फाई होते हैं, इट गिव्स अ मॉर्फिन लाइक इफेक्ट आल्सो. इट वांट इट अगेन एंड अगेन, अगेन एंड अगेन. यू वांट दैट डोपामिन सर्च अगेन एंड अगेन, and then you're craving for that particular kind of food, and then you're having that again and again, again and again. Okay, so this is gut bacteria. Nutritional deficiencies. Okay, sodium की जो deficiency है वो, magnesium की deficiency, and of course proteins और fibers आपके diet में कम रहेंगे तो 100% you are going to get this cravings. All right, so what is the solution? Avoid skipping meals. If you're hungry, definitely you should eat. Okay, avoid long gaps in meals. This is very very important. Long gaps are especially if you're beginning the journey, avoid these long gaps. All right, later on you will reach a stage wherein आपने ब्रेकफास्ट कर लिया, उसके बाद में आपको भूख नहीं लग रहा है, यू आर डायरेक्टली जंपिंग टू लंच. लंच के बाद में भी आपको भूख नहीं लग रहा है, यू आर डायरेक्टली जंपिंग टू डिनर. ओके, यू माइट रीच अ स्टेज लाइक दैट. ओके, एंड दैट इज द बेस्ट स्टेज टू कम इन. ओके, हाइड्रेट वेल. ठीक है, पानी अच्छी तरह से पीना बहुत ज्यादा जरूरी है. टिपिकली एटलीस्ट 8 glasses ऑफ वाटर वी शुड हैव, एंड use your common sense. Okay, if you're in summers, you're dehydrated, if you're working out too much, physical exertion ज्यादा है, काफी सारा स्वेटिंग हुआ है, तो ऑब्वियसली यू हैव टू ड्रिंक मोर वाटर इन दैट केस, ऑलराइट. सो जस्ट डोंट थिंक हाँ मैंने 8 गिलास पी लिया एंड दैट इज इनफ, नॉट लाइक दैट. ओके, use your common sense. If you feel that yes, you're thirsty and you need more, definitely take more. Okay, reduce carbs and increase your proteins, fats and fiber, because this is going to give you more fullness and you'll not feel hungry for a long period of time. Okay, so इसे calorie restriction भी हो जाएगा सही तरीके से, ठीक है. And your cravings also will start dropping down. Understood? And you will also feed good gut bacteria who thrive on proteins, fats and fiber. Okay, get good amount of sleep. अच्छी तरह से सो जाओगे, 8 घंटे का नींद है, ठीक है, तो वो 8 घंटे आप खाना नहीं खा रहे हो ना. ओके, सो क्रेविंग्स का तो सवाल ही नहीं होता है, ठीक है. अवॉइड ट्रिगर्स, जो भी फूड फैक्टर्स हमने बताए थे, डिस्कस किए थे, अल्कोहल एंड ऑल दैट, यू अवॉइड दोस ट्रिगर्स. ओके, क्लीन द एनवायरनमेंट, रिप्लेस अनहेल्दी आइटम्स विथ हेल्दी आइटम्स. ओके, करेक्ट न्यूट्रिशनल डेफिशिएंसीज. सो lot of times we are deficient in nutritional deficiencies in spite of a healthy diet, and the reason for that is because the quality of food has deteriorated so much that we are trying to maximize it through our diet, but it's very difficult to meet all the recommended daily allowances of your proteins, fats, omega-3, trace elements, minerals, fiber, all that. It's very difficult to maintain. And typically, if you're on a weight loss journey, तो calorie restriction भी करना है, ठीक है, और उसके साथ में weight loss भी करना है, और long term sustainable भी रहना चाहिए, और nutritional deficiency को भी rectify करना है. So this is the point where supplements become very handy. Okay, so a protein supplement, a multivitamin supplement, an omega supplement, these supplements, a B12 probably, a vitamin D, these can be very, very handy. Okay, so correct nutritional deficiencies. Be slow on fasting. करना आसान अच्छा है fasting, but be slow. ठीक है, I would recommend if you can tolerate a 12 hours fast, start with that. Okay, and then escalate to 13, 14 hours if at all you want to do fasting. Okay, I do just 12 hours of fasting and I feel that is good for me. But you know, and if it is good for you, most of them 12 hours fasting is good. But if you feel that नहीं मुझको ज्यादा करना है, ठीक है, या फिर you are stuck, okay, in your weight loss journey, then yes, once you are used to 12 hours fasting, then you can go to 13, 14, 16 hours fasting and so on. Okay, engage in mood elevating activities, practice meditation. This is very, very important. Okay, typically क्या होता है कि मैं घर पे आ गया काम करके, अभी मैं टीवी के सामने बैठूंगा और मैं कुछ तो खाऊंगा, तो वो चटर पटर चल रहा है, ठीक है. क्यों? क्योंकि वो एटमोस्फेयर ही वैसा बना के रखा हुआ है. इट हैज गॉन इनटू द डेप्थ ऑफ योर माइंड कि हाँ मैं घर पे आने के बैठने के बाद, ठीक है, वो टीवी के सामने बैठूंगा और उसके साथ में परसों से चल रहा है ये. इट्स हैपनिंग सिंस मेनी इयर्स. तो ऐसा नहीं कि भूख लगा है. इट्स लाइक there is a connection between that sofa and that chips or that something whatever you are going to have. There is a connection between that sofa and all that. So try to change the environment, try to engage yourself in some other activities. Okay, maybe playing around with your kids, that's a better idea rather than watching TV. Okay, so get into these activities. This is very, very important. And of course practice meditation, that is going to help you a lot. Okay, कीप चीट मील एज अ रिवॉर्ड मील. ओके, ये कोई सजा है, काला पानी नहीं है कि हम लोग को कुछ खाना ही नहीं है, ठीक है. ये तो डॉक्टर प्रशांत ने बोल दिया कि अरे पूरा लॉक ही कर दिया हमारा, तो जो चीज है हमको जो जीने के लिए, तो जीना ही क्यों है, ठीक है, ये सब अगर अवॉइड करो, जीना ही तो चीट मील यू कीप इट एज अ रिवॉर्ड. ओके, सो 6 days you have practice and then you have your cheat meal. By the way, I'm talking about a cheat meal, okay, especially when you're on a weight loss journey. I'm not talking about a cheat day. I'm talking about a cheat meal, preferably a lunch. Understood? Okay, so this is how it's going to work. So these are real life examples. Okay, so Dr. Vineet, okay, he is there. This is Dhaval. Okay, they had a lot of cravings also, and you know they had this munching also happening on and off in between. About Dhaval, I will say one thing. This guy, okay, had almost 10 kgs of chocolates. 10 kg, kitna? 10 kilo. Okay, and he had so much cravings that you know he used to have those chocolates so many times. अभी उसने 5 किलो डिस्ट्रीब्यूट किया हुआ है. 5 किलो अभी भी है उसके पास, ठीक है, 5 किलो डिस्ट्रीब्यूट किया हुआ है. बट even if it is there at his home, he doesn't have the craving to eat it. Understood? So he's not avoiding it just because he's on a weight loss program. He's not eating it because he doesn't have the craving. His cravings have disappeared. Why? Because he has come on a healthy lifestyle. All right. And healthy lifestyle is about working on multiple pillars of health. उसके बाद में I lack motivation, I am not consistent. This is very, very common. All right. So the cause is that you are not getting inconsistent, you are getting inconsistent results. ठीक है. Health is not a priority for you right now. क्योंकि priority नहीं है तो full hearted attempt नहीं किया हुआ है. And you are trying to do it on your own. Okay. So this is a problem. All right. And the solution is this. You come on a healthy lifestyle. and community support. Okay. So a lot of times you have lack of motivation and you're inconsistent because you're accountable with yourself. Accountability with yourself is a big problem. Understood. Accountability to yourself. I'll tell you why it is a big problem. Let's say I am operating in the operating room. तो हमारा जो gloves रहता है ना, ठीक है, it should not touch anywhere. I should not touch anywhere in unsterile area. तो कभी कभी क्या होता है कि कहीं पे दूसरी जगह पे टच हो गया तो किसी ने देखा नहीं, तो मैं क्या बोलता हूँ अपने आप से, ठीक है ना यार, अभी कौन ग्लव्स चेंज करते बैठेगा, इट्स ओके, किसने देखा, nobody had seen. That is accountability with self. Okay. But when you are having accountability with somebody else, then that makes a difference. Understood? So एक कोच होना ये भी बहुत ज्यादा जरूरी है. ओके. बट सिर्फ कोच से काम नहीं चलेगा, एक कम्युनिटी सपोर्ट होना उससे भी ज्यादा जरूरी है. आई टेल यू व्हाई. ओके. आई गिव यू माय ओन एग्जांपल. अगेन, मैंने एमबीबीएस में एडमिशन लिया तो मुझे किसी ने मार मार के नहीं बताया कि बाबा पढ़ाई कर पढ़ाई कर पढ़ाई. मैंने खुद से ही पढ़ाई किया एंड एवरीबडी इन माई बैच स्टडीड ऑन देयर ओन. बट एंड आप में भी बहुत सारे लोग रहेंगे जिन्होंने पढ़ाई जो है, ठीक है, वो खुद से ही किया है, किसी ने मार मार के आपको पीछे नहीं पड़े. ठीक है. सो जस्ट इमेजिन इफ यू आर इन अ सिचुएशन वेयर इन यू हैव टेकन एडमिशन इन द कॉलेज बट देर इज नो मेडिकल कॉलेज, या फिर जो भी आपका कॉलेज है, जो भी बैकग्राउंड है, देर इज नो कॉलेज एंड यू आर गिवन जस्ट द बुक्स, देर आर नो फ्रेंड्स ऑल्सो. ओके. यू आर जस्ट गिवन द बुक्स, आप घर पे बैठो, आप खुद से पढ़ाई करो एंड देन यू गिव द एग्जाम्स आफ्टर ईयर. What do you think? What are the chances of you passing the exams? Almost negligible. Most of the people will not be able to do it. Okay, so accountability with self is a problem. वही books है, वही पढ़ाई करना है, ठीक है. But the problem is there is no community. So when we were in college, there was a community. Okay, we saw our friends. मेरा दोस्त पढ़ाई कर रहा है. Okay, I also want to pass the exams. Oh, वो आगे चला जाएगा, मुझे पीछे नहीं छूटना है. तो वो एक कॉम्पिटिटिव स्पिरिट था. And that's the reason that we watched each other and we got inspired by each other. We are not talking about motivation. We are talking about inspiration. All right. Inspiration is from within. Motivation is from outside. कोई तो पर्सनल ट्रेनर आएगा, मुझसे करवा के लेकर जाएगा. अरे भैया वो पर्सनल ट्रेनर चला गया, उसके बाद क्या? ठीक है. सो अंदर से मोटिवेशन ही नहीं है. सो अंदर से मोटिवेशन रहेगा, पर्सनल ट्रेनर का जरूरत ही नहीं. Okay. So you get an access to this community event. I'm sure today I'm not going to motivate you. I'm going probably you get inspired by this talk. All right. Or probably by the whole session. Okay. And you start working on your health. Okay. So community support is absolutely critical. Okay. And once you have this, then the lack of motivation, lack of consistency automatically disappears. Okay. So in a nutshell, what I would recommend is that you work on this different pillars of health, which is diet, exercise, stress, sleep, environment, and belongingness. Okay. And if you work on this, then you'll definitely get the results. These are some of the real life examples, and there are many, many more. Okay. And that's all, I had to say today. I hope you got some glimpse, from today's talk. And I hope you start working on your health. Thank you very much.